Welcome, travelers, to the Deck of Many Tales podcast, where stories unfold with every draw of the card and the dice guide our fate. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Whether you're a seasoned hero or just stepping into the world of tabletop tales, we're thrilled to have you at our table. If you're enjoying the journey, be sure to connect with us. You can join our party on Discord, find exclusive updates and content on our website, and follow us on all of our socials to stay up to date with all of our quests, chaos, and crits. Now, gather your gear, ready your spells, and let's get into the story. On the last episode of the Deck of Many Tales, the mission began in the skies, our party en route aboard a rotocraft, the distant thunder of war already echoing beneath them. Tension simmered as they passed time with a quiet game of I Spy, a fragile calm before the storm. Their handler, Monira, delivered the briefing. Infiltrate a city under siege and bring down a communications tower critical to enemy coordination. The drop was fast and decisive. Using halo boots to break their fall, the party hit the ground in a war zone already on fire. Streets were choked with smoke and ash, but there was no time to take it in. They pushed forward. In the chaos, they crossed paths with High Adjudicator Decath Morose, who claimed Tamleth for the Knight's Opulent. No time to argue or find an alternative option. They pressed deeper, ducking into a home for shelter, only to find terrified children and a grandmother ready to torch the place to keep them safe. Flames rose, but the party made it out just barely. That's when they met Icaros. Alone and cut off from his squad, he joined them without hesitation. Upon reaching the communications tower, Imira found blueprints to the building, giving them a path forward. They fought their way to the roof, planted explosives, and just as the alarm screamed to life, something worse emerged on the other end of the city. A towering, six-headed hydra tearing its way through the city streets. With the city collapsing and time run out, there was only one way down. They rode off the rooftop on stolen motorcycles, steel and fire raining from above, the skyline falling in behind them. And that is where we pick up. I need everyone to make dexterity saves.
Thank you.
Got a 9.
We can work with this.
Huh?
Nice, Mel.
13.
Yeah, that's a 21.
Okay, as you all are about to collide with this building, you all manage to tilt the bike all the way to the side, just barely skirting onto it. Imira, as you do, you get hit in the head with a piece of debris, and your bike, you slow down maybe 30 feet behind everyone, and you take...
Aren't I on the same bike as Imira?
Ooh, that's a good point.
No, this is great. How much damage?
I'll say you do get hit, but you don't fall behind, as it would seem your new friend is able to kind of right the bike upwards with you. You still take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Long legs come in handy, but you still have head damage.
As you guys are now racing through these streets, you look towards the sky, and it looks like there is artillery raining just for out of nowhere all around you. You can hear the sounds of explosions happening in buildings close by. You have no idea where this is coming from. None of this was in anybody's briefing. As you guys did get the call to retreat, you now
Can we see
hear...
anything else? Like, is there anything besides things crumpling that we can, like, tell?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, I'm great at those. Hold on. Don't you worry, guys. One of my eyes is covered. 14.
Hey.
14. It's kind of hard to see through all the dust and debris. There is a moment where you think that you saw a different vehicle. It had the brand of the Vena on it, but it moves too quickly through the air for you to notice what it was.
All right.
And as you guys continue to race around the streets, you turn a corner, and now instead of a building falling from the sides at you, it's falling directly in your path down an alleyway. For a moment, you think that there's no avoiding, and you guys might be crushed. However, after a brief moment, almost just the moment before it hits you, you see the building split perfectly in half. at the other end is a masked figure. He has like this bright orange hair, falls all the way down to the middle of his back, but it's up in a ponytail still. He looks to all of you and he says, "Go on, we'll handle it from here." He looks very bored. And in his hand, he's holding what seems to be just a nothing special. It just seems to be a normal katana.
Oh, he's that guy. He's a Dark Souls secret boss. I see. I give him a nod and we continue because we're not stopping.
Yeah, thanks. Not pausing for conversation.
All right, you guys crank the fucking motorcycles as you begin to ride past him. Just as you guys pass him, you hear, "Be safe now," as you now round another corner. At this point, you see there are people now chasing you. As you get back onto the main road, you see two of the same kind of motorcycles you guys are riding. They're on what seems to be a ramp, maybe 20 feet above you guys. They fly off of that ramp and now land on either side of you. Let's see. Let's have a marching order for you guys.
Charles, don't do this to us.
I think I was leading.
Okay. Ruan's in front. Who's second?
I can speak. It's fine. Yeah.
I think Mira and I are probably at the back after that head
Yeah.
wound.
Amira is not exactly a good driver in the best of days. And now she has a head wound.
Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, Nico's just taking over for her. Like,
I truly hope this man knows how to drive.
about to find out.
Okay. So, as you guys are riding on these motorcycles, you see these two guards look similar to the ones you've been fighting, except they seem to be holding two different, or they're both the same, but they hold two long guns. As they start to take aim at you, Ruan, this is going to be the first shot.
Can I just go to like slam into him? Because I'm not gonna like let him get level with me and do that.
Sure. Make a strength check.
Okay, let me just try to be helpful in some way to offset him. 23.
23? Okay.
Nice.
So let me
Like if he's
make
gonna
a
get
strength
close enough to
roll for
take a
him.
shot, I'm just gonna like veer into him and slam.
17. All right, so this is gonna give him disadvantage.
Alright. Double disadvantage because he's now within 5 feet of me as I slam into him.
So we rolled a 7 and a 12 plus 3, so that's a 10 and a 15. So that's a 10, and that does not hit, right?
It does not hit.
Okay, as you see him start to take aim, you ram your bike into him. He starts to lose control, but he manages to keep a hold. He fires his weapon, and the weapon goes straight up into the sky. You hear it ping off of some rock above you. You are now approaching where where that mechanical hydra was. You do your best to avoid the streets that lead that way, but it seems like the right half of the city is completely cut off by debris. As you guys are moving through, you now see that there are two different paths. I need everyone to roll a 1d10. Evens go left, odds go right.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Even.
Even.
Oh my god, we all got evens.
I
Except-
got odd.
Oh, the 3.
Okay,
Oh.
so
boy.
we'll go like this.
Oh well.
Can I,
It's okay.
watching a, like, because I was kind of watching behind me as they fell back, can I try to, like, swing back and go the way she did? So she's not alone? Because I'm at the front, so if I, like, swing back, hopefully I can catch up.
I'll say because you're at the front, you wouldn't be able to maneuver around
Okay.
everyone else behind you.
That's fair, yeah.
All right.
I'm okay.
Well, in that case,
I'm okay.
can I do that? Since I was in the rear?
You can.
I do,
Yeah, I'll say-
like, gesture with my head, you know, like, the, like, that way. Because, yeah, I don't want her to be on her own.
Okay. In that case, I'll say that you see Melody get kind of veered off course, and at the last moment you switch your bike and you go that direction as well. Right.
She just like grabs all of a sudden, like shoves Egros back. Like, nope, we're going that way.
All right. We'll start with Ruan. Your road begins to go, it almost looks like into a tunnel, as you now hear the sound of explosions happening right behind you. You take a look. It's hard to see what exactly is causing this. The only thing that you guys see is that there are a bunch of wires that kind of look like det cord that are like rounding this entire tunnel that you guys are in.
Oh, Lord.
You gather that if you were to lose too much speed, you might be caught up in the blasts.
Well, we will continue. We'll push it to the limit here. Yeah.
You see in front of you in the road, there are these, they look like manhole covers. People pop out of them, and you suddenly see a magical barrier in front of you. Before you are able...
tunnel?
Huh? Yeah, it spans across the entire like 30 feet wide tunnel.
Okay, because I was curious if we could like do the cool shit of like going up the sides of the walls if it's a circular tunnel.
Oh, no, so it is, no, it takes up the entire thing. However, as you're looking to see if you can kind of go up the walls of the tunnel, you now see there is a woman maybe around your age, maybe a little older. She seems to be running along the top of this tunnel at your speed.
Holy shit! That's awesome.
She has kind of like short, pixie, like a pixie cut black hair. You see she's wearing a cloak, and it's kind of obviously it's dangling down, but you do see the symbol of the Vena on the cloak.
Sick.
And she looks to you, and she just puts a finger to her lips.
All right, I'm gonna look more ahead again. I'm gonna trust it.
Okay.
She's on our side, so.
As you guys are going, you guys are getting close to the barrier. It's getting a little sketchy. You know, at this point, there's no more time to stop. She then, quicker than any of you have ever seen someone move, she darts in front of you like a flash of lightning, and you see it is just a flurry of blows on at least 4 to 5 different people. She dispatches them all in the time it takes your motorcycle to get from where you are to her. As you race past her, you look back and she just gives you guys a little salute.
I can't salute without making this a fuckery, but I will give her a nod.
After
Need
seeing
like a little flag to wave.
After seeing now her and the other person, whoever it was, you get the idea that these are the Class V Vena you were told were here, which does stir in your mind a little bit. Why are they here? They weren't supposed to be a part of the fight.
Something happened that they felt like they're not going to win if they're not here. If they're not sent in, maybe.
Who knows? But you are able to make it out of the tunnel. Now let's cut back to Amira, our new friend, and Melody. You guys, you guys take a high road now. Now it seems to be a series of cobbled together pathways on top of some buildings. As you guys are driving, you all have to be in a straight line. So, who is in front and who is in back?
I figured I'm still in front.
Okay. So the order will kind of look like this here. This one, he has 2 swords in both hands, and he's going to spin his bike 360 whilst moving forward, and he's going to make an attack at both of you. This one is at Amira, and this one is at Melody.
Those miss.
A 10 and a 5. They are not rolling hot tonight. All right.
I know a more impressive man with one arm.
But now he is currently driving in reverse, staring at you, Amir. What would you two like to do?
I say to my new friend, take the wheel. And I'm going to summon my longbow after letting go of the
Oh, that's
handlebars.
something to summon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're so lucky I have long arms. He doesn't say anything, just grabs the bike.
Are these bikes, do they have like air tires or are they fancy future bikes?
You're unfamiliar with these particular bikes. You've not trained on these. You know that most bikes are typically air tires, but...
Do they look like they could be air tires?
Make a perception check.
18?
Looks pretty full of air.
I'm going to fire an arrow at the tire.
Okay. So the I will say the tire is surrounded by kind of like a wheel well, so it is possible it'll just be a little bit more difficult. They're not fully exposed. If you'd still like to.
I still want to. 12? Not very good.
A 12. You fire your bow, and just as it's about to hit the tire, he switches, or he kind of like turns the handlebars real quick, and it pings off the metal.
Do not like this, man. I want to do it again.
In a moment.
Yeah, of course.
Melody, is there anything you would like to do? Right now, you see that you guys are coming up on what looks to be a ramp that'll take you to the next building.
Okay. I would like to drop a smoke bomb
Okay.
on him, like right behind me. Like, can I like turn and look and maybe drop it like on his seat, like right behind him, so that it's like, so that no matter which way he turns, the smoke follows?
Sure. Okay. All right. Go ahead. What are you using to do that?
It would just be like one of my like potions that's in my bag.
Do you have an ability that lets you create a smoke bomb?
No.
I don't think you just have smoke bombs.
Oh. Well, that's a bummer.
It's worth trying. Yeah, maybe you can.
It would have
make
been
them
a
in the
really
future
cool
if
idea.
You repaired it. Yeah. We can think about repairing them so you have them later. For our next mission, because we'll clearly get out of this. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Don't laugh. It's okay. It was a good thought. Clonk him in the head. Just make him pay.
So instead, can I swing my Kusarigama like around my head? Yeah. Around my head and like swing it around so that it whips like behind me to hit him.
Sure. Make an attack roll.
Nice.
19.
Okay. Roll damage. And you're just trying to hit him in the head, or?
Yeah.
Okay. As you do, you go to reach in your pack and you say, "Shit, I forgot my smoke bombs." But you take out your weapon, and as you spin it around your head, you while looking forward, you hear a ping as it pings off of his armor, and you hit him pretty good. You see, Ymira. You see him kind of, he wobbles the bike a little bit. He turns back around, and he actually falls behind both of you. Now, what would you like to do, Ymira? Because I know, or our new friend who hasn't shared their name yet, who we definitely don't know.
This
Mysterious
person who
man.
we don't know.
We're on the bike with our girl.
Yeah. Yeah, who just got told to take over the bike. Let's see. So is he still, since he fell behind us, is he still facing us or is he facing away from us? Okay.
He's facing you guys now. The hit kind of spun him around, but it made him slow down a little bit.
Does he look really bad?
It's kind of hard to tell because he is fully armored, but you do see a sizable dent in his armor from Melody's weapon, and blood is coming out of that wound.
Amira says, "Do you want your own bike?"
Let's just survive first. And I am going to take one of my hands off of the steering and still try to keep one on them, and turn around just enough so that I can see where he's at, and we are going to attempt to cast this.
That's... Oh, it's a save. Let's see if he makes that save. Damn, that was almost max
So it's
damage,
a
too.
DC 13 wisdom. Oh, you motherfucker.
Well, still, with half as much damage, you see from his helmet, from where the eye slits are, blood begins to pour out. You see from where the bottom of the helmet is near the neck, blood begins to pour out, and he looks like he just kind of falls limp over, and the bike starts to lose control.
That's called
Shaking my head, just foot to the pedal, like speed up, get out of there. I don't want that thing to fishtail into us.
All right. Well, as you do, you all hit the ramp at pretty much the same time. As you are midair, you see an enemy rotorcraft pull up, and you see it's now broadside at you with a gun pointed at all of you. As you guys hear this like arcane machination begin to rev up, you see the bullets that would now begin to fire at you begin to load into this weapon. You see what seems to be a sigil, maybe 30 feet wide in like the three-dimensional space above the rotorcraft. Do any of you speak Draconic?
Yeah.
Don't
I do.
think
You cannot
so.
see it.
Don't
But
worry
you're not
about
really
it.
fun.
No, I don't have that one. I have other cool ones, but
Well, then you guys don't know what these say, but you do recognize that this script, whatever is appearing above this rotorcraft, is in Draconic. And you see now several concentric circles begin to form. And as these concentric circles begin to tighten in, almost like a homing laser on right above, you see the enemy soldier start to press in the triggers. And before you know it, you see a flash of steel crash into the rotorcraft. It looks as if someone is doing a handstand on a pole arm as they crash into the rotorcraft. The entire center portion of this vehicle has now a huge hole through it. You recognize this to be a member of the Dragoons. It is a very uncommon class of people to join because they are very selective. But you do know this to be a Dragoon's kind of bread and butter as far as it comes to attacking. As he lands through it, he then jumps up into it once more and cleaves the entire vehicle in half. In the air, he looks to all of you, and he squints at you, Melody, and then he looks to you. It's almost as if time is frozen in this moment. He did it very fast, and then he lands back to the ground, and he just points you towards the beach.
does she recognize this person?
Not at all.
Okay,
But they might recognize you.
I guess so.
That was sick.
Well, I'm gonna
Like-
follow his guide and head towards the beach.
All right. As you guys land, you now... Let me get these guys off the map. These jabronis. You meet up over here. You guys are pretty close to the exit. You can now see the outer wall of the city where the original assault is. At this point, as you're closing in on the entrance, you see more of the ground troops all fighting. Those who are from who are from Dramota, those ground troops seem to be fighting on the back foot as they are running. You are all also able to help as you like drive by. You take out some of the lesser foot soldiers. These people are nothing to you. They are like fodder. You guys drive through them very easily and are able to help a few on the way. But as you guys are heading back towards the main street to make your final stretch, you see a you see two heads peek around the corner. This metallic maw, it looks sterling silver. As it opens up, you see a green beam of energy. Looks to be the creature that you saw off in the distance. I need everyone to make another dexterity save.
Dexterity save. 5.
20. Oh my
I
god.
make an 11,
Oh,
but
so-
I'm on
so
the
we
back
do
of
it
the
too.
bike.
Yes, yeah, you guys are all together
Okay.
now.
My brain. 18.
Okay, so everyone manages to escape the beam except for Melody. As this beam goes to just it annihilate you, you kind of close your eyes and you brace for impact, and then you hear a sudden thud in front of you, and you see what you can only describe as a mountain incarnate, holding what seems to be an even larger piece of equipment than he. And this beam seems to be crashing into him and going all around him. He looks to you and he says, "You all right?"
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you so much.
You're supposed to retreat, you know.
Oh, we're working on it. We're trying to get to the beach.
Was that way?
Yeah. Well, get on it. Thank you.
Yeah, stop talking to me. Go.
Okay. She's gonna get around him and start going.
Okay. You all manage to maneuver your way to the main street. As you now are all at the very edge, you can now see the beachfront. All of the rotorcrafts are now starting to take off. They were resting in the sand. All of the camps have been torn up. Everybody is now making their retreats. You see now everyone is, or not everyone, but most people are in their rotorcraft. Most people are kind of starting to climb in. You guys seem to be the last ones out. As you guys are now all driving as fast as you can,
Do we see
you
ours?
can hear.
Do we see our rotocraft?
You do see yours.
Yeah. It was like, it would be really fucking awkward if we got to this beach and we're like, Mom? She didn't come pick us up?
No, you do. You do see them. In fact, you see Monira, the one who was basically your handler for this. She is in your rotorcraft. She is manning a gun, looking at you guys, and you say, "That's a little odd. Why is she aiming a gun at us?" You look behind you, and that creature that shot the beam at Melody is chasing you guys.
Oh god.
It is on your toes.
Oh, fuck.
You are all able to like hold on for dear life. You go through the sand, your bike starts to slow down, it starts to catch up. Overhead, you hear as all of these arcane bolts start to whiz over your guys' head and ping off of the metal that is this hydra. You guys are now within distance of the rotorcraft, but you guys aren't going to get there in time. The rotorcraft have to take up enough time to escape this hydra. It starts to go up into the air, and you see a piece of metal crash in front of you. You all ramp up this, and you have to ditch the bikes. I need everyone to make one last dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
That's a little-
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
That's an 8, Chief.
Oh baby.
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
That's
Okay.
a 14.
If I see that our new friend isn't going to make it, I want to do something.
So he's going to make it, but it looks like Ruan is not going to make it.
Okay, am I within 5 feet of him?
I'm gonna do a chance roll on this because we're kind of in a group.
Yeah, let roll d20. Evens, yes. Odds, no.
Me?
Yes. This is to determine whether or not you were in 5 feet of him.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh, that was
Alright.
a pretty good nat 20. You are.
Ruhan,
Hi.
are you
That
a
was a good
willing
time.
creature?
Always.
I cast face step on you.
Oh my.
Face step lets him teleport 30 feet into an unoccupied space of my choice.
Ooh.
I definitely
Okay.
like look at you surprised, but when you reach out towards me, I give you like a slight like nod, like acceptance of you're casting a spell. Do it, because I'm fallen. Look at
You're like, well,
yeah.
nothing worse can happen, right?
One willing
Hold on a
creature, the
second.
creature then
have to
teleports in
touch
front of
him.
you. That's cool.
All right. Ruan, you get clipped by one of the beams that this creature shoots, and you kind of veer off course. It looks like you're not about to make it. You kind of reach out your hand and it's not enough. And then suddenly you look over and Amira grabs your hand, and without being able to process what happens, you are now on the rotorcraft. You now, and all you can hear is the deafening sound of all of these guns being fired from each of the rotorcraft as you all abscond away from this island. Your mission complete.
I definitely just fall
However-
to the floor of it, like regain myself, because holy shit.
Yeah,
As
same.
as you all fly away, you notice that this barrage of whatever was happening has not stopped. You see, and in fact, it is not even localized on just this city. It is as far as the eye can see, just a rain of artillery, and you have no idea why. For those of you who take another second to look, you see the other Class V Vena still fighting in the city, dispatching pretty much anything in their way. It is as impressive as it is terrifying.
Good thing they're on our side. I definitely like scoot a little, because I definitely don't want to fall out of the rotorcraft because of the being swung around and stuff, being dizzy, but I definitely like scoot towards Amira and kind of like nudge her with my shoulder a little and just thanks.
Hymira vomits blood because she's very hurt.
Oh no. We can
Can
give her
I?
a potion.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, can I give her my potion of healing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I hand over.
Go ahead and drink that and roll your health.
How much is it?
I'm just gonna brace her, like with. I actually reach out with my hand now to like brace her sitting up so she doesn't like fall over or choke on it or whatever as she's thrown up.
It's a 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Gonna help out
All
a
right,
little.
5. Very nice. That counteracts the the brain damage.
Yeah, she's probably really spinning right now.
Amira's actually more paying attention to the scene behind them that they're leaving.
You look, and it is complete carnage. When you got there, it looked like it could have been a little idyllic coastal town. It didn't seem like there was anything important there other than that tower. But now, leaving it in your wake, all you see is smoke and flame.
Yeah, I guess we look to Mamira. Does she seem happy with us now that we're out of the immediate intensity?
Yeah, as you guys, let me play this real quick. There we go. As you guys kind of take a breather and get a feel for your surroundings, she looks to all of you and she says, "Very well done. There were many who didn't think you could do it, but you managed to get out of there pretty quickly too. Very impressive."
Thank you. We did it together, and we have a new friend. And I look over at our new buddy. And we also lost one, but it was to somebody that we're supposed to trust, so I give a half shrug.
What does I have that produced so many questions, Rowan. First of all, and she looks to you, Icaros. She says, "Hello, Icaros. What happened to your team?"
I sort of jolt at being addressed. I had been watching out the rotorcraft as well.
And as you do, there is a bright, blinding light. It hurts almost to keep your eyes open for a minute, and then as quickly as you see this, it subsides.
I'm sorry. I don't remember. What? Where?
Shaking my head.
They weren't there. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Right. Well, that will be paperwork, but figure it out. And you all just came across him like this?
We did. We didn't really have time to talk about it either.
Well, you did good to look after your own. That will be commended, I'm sure. Your mission, I trust. You planted the explosives. I see the fireworks from here. Did you complete your additional objective?
No chance. We were told to retreat before we completed the first one.
I understand.
I give her a nod.
It's all right.
I wish.
It won't be held against you. These were extenuating circumstances.
Do you have any information as to why the Class V were out there?
Other than they were necessary, no. Above my pay grade, I'm afraid.
I know. Ours too. I'm just gonna look at my hand. Like, fuck. Those guys were crazy cool. Time to start fanboying, even though I don't want to, for Class V, because they're really cool.
You hope to be
That
a
guy
Class
sliced a
V.
building in half. The other girl could run faster than our motorcycles. Like, that shit was awesome.
That was
So Ron is
cool.
thinking that in his head, but he's also really fucking tired and the world's spinning a little bit still, so.
Well, of course you were all tired, but how do you feel after your first live fire mission?
Definitely different than what my brothers told me about.
I suppose that would be true. I apologize if it feels insensitive. This is my first time too, going in with a bunch of students like this. But with your success, I'll have you all know that I will now be your permanent handler for all missions going forward. We're gonna get to know each other very well.
Oh. Sweet.
Thank you.
We look forward to working with you.
And are you?
I give a little half smile because I actually am genuinely like pleased to see that this person is gonna stay with us and not just disappear after pretty much having our backs through this. That was like one of the scariest things we've ever done.
She gives a moment to let everyone breathe, and she says, well, we have, a few hours before we're back home, so you may rest for the time. Tomorrow, we will host the Victor's Ball.
Ugh, I grimace. I know what that means. I hate those uniforms.
She sees this and she says, oh, come now, surely it beats being all covered in viscera.
Kind of used to it now. I take my arm, my hand, and like brush off my other shoulder, like, it's fine. Were the other teams successful? Do you know? Are they okay?
She pulls out her echo bangle and she starts, it looks like she's kind of going through different things. She says, by all accounts, everyone was successful in their duties. Of course, there were unfortunate few losses, but
Just the one on the beach. Which one was Vega in?
Vega was on
Ruby was
Team Omega, I believe. Yeah, he was on Team Omega. They were the ones who led the frontal assault on the beach.
So I look up at her and say, is there any way to tell casualties, or?
They haven't been reported yet.
Fuck. I mean, it sucks. Turn away uncomfortably, like fuck. she's like our boss lady now, and I just. I don't know how to not curse right now. I don't know if my best friend's okay.
I mean, I think we're beyond the niceties. We did kill people together.
That's true. I just don't mean to cause any disrespect. That's all.
It's fine. I could hardly expect anyone to have the utmost composure in these moments. It's rattling, and you all went through something that. And she kind of looks around. You shouldn't have had to.
So, what happens after this? Do we just go back, do the ball, and then wait till graduation, basically, and then we get sent on missions?
Well, it is like you said, we do have the ball. After that, you'll be given a few days leave, free from class, free from school, free from any responsibilities. You'll be treated to all of the relaxation you could desire on campus. We really like to prep or pamper everyone who comes back. After that, the award ceremony. That is where you will be inducted into the Hall of Vena. Anyone being given any special medals will be presented to him there. And yes, from there you will be full-fledged Vena, able to roam as you wish, anywhere you wish, but you will be given missions on occasion. It won't be, you won't catch red eyes to do missions typically.
My shoulders droop a little bit though, because I'm kind of realizing that even going back, like, we're gonna have to see whoever died. And also the realization that means that my family's gonna be here soon, probably, to see us, like, graduate. And I didn't really think about it that far. So worried about the test itself, so get kind of stuck in my thoughts for a little bit.
Would anyone like to do or say anything on the rest of the ride home?
Ikaros is going to, while they're starting to talk, he kind of shuffles off to the side as much as you can in a small craft. And I'm going to cast Mending on my uniform that I'm in, on the, like, ripped patch arm and stuff, and then after I have, like, cleaned myself up a little bit, I'm going to grab my book and start making some notes and such.
Okay.
Flipping through pages.
As you...
I definitely look over at that though, right? We haven't
Correct.
seen that out yet.
And...
Cool.
It was attached to my hip, but, you know,
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
haven't pulled
something-
it out exactly.
What's it look like?
As far as you can tell, it's a leather-bound cover book with some gilded decor. What's the word for the, like, filigree on books and stuff? I don't know. Embossed type. Yeah, some sort of embossed type. There's a word, I swear, but it looks like, I mean, you would think of it like a maybe a grimoire or something like that. It's a notebook, basically, a glorified notebook. At least that's what it looks like with him writing in it.
Yeah, I was about to say, but it's a little heftier than that, it seems.
A little bit. He takes copious notes. What can I say?
Yeah, also, what color is the patch?
There's no patch there. It was torn off. It's the hole in the sleeve now.
Yeah, it doesn't restore the patch, because the patch is something that was put onto it, and then it was ripped off with the fabric. So Icarus can only restore the
It just
fabric.
restores the sleeve. He just doesn't want a hole in his sleeve.
It's just very, very suspicious that it was just the one spot where the patch was that was torn off.
Don't look at me. Monira knows who I am.
That's super
That's sus
sus.
too.
Are you guys having this conversation out loud?
No.
No.
No. God, no.
Sorry, that's above
Amira
table.
hasn't
That's
said
above table.
anything
Sorry.
since getting on the ship.
Yeah, Ikaros hasn't said shit other than the I'm sorry.
On the way back, Amira is staring at not Dramota, the other one, delivering in that direction until they can't really see it anymore. And during the entire fight, she had been like very composed and like sharp. But the further away from the battle, the more time that has passed, the more she's fidgeting again and shaking a little bit. But she usually is quaking like a small dog, so.
Manira takes note of this, and she looks to you, Amira, and she says, I can't help but notice you seemed deathly still on the way there and during the fight, but you seem more afraid now than you did before. Is there something that troubles you at home?
It is much easier to be in a state of mind when you know enemies are around.
Do you feel you have enemies abound in Dramota?
There are enemies everywhere. At least in war, they have the decency to face you.
I see. Yeah. I suppose the Hearts have had their fair share of enemies, but I hope you feel some sense of security among, well, us.
She doesn't answer.
Well, you trust them enough to fight with, so I suppose that'll have to do. I don't doubt it was a shit show down there, but I mean, are we going to lose our nerve every time someone thinks we're going to die? When the people who send us there think we might die? I mean, is that not in the job description?
Not usually for this leg of our growth.
No, but every day moving forward.
Yeah. Just a little earlier than we expected or something. I'm gonna draw my legs up to my chest, kind of lean over him. I'm sitting on the ground of the of the rotocraft still.
As you guys are having this conversation, it kind of slows down for a moment. You hear from the cockpit, well, when I became a Vena, they dropped me head first into Behemoth, and I tell you what, I've never been so scared in my life.
Can you tell us how you killed it?
Oh. Well, I wish I could say it was because of my dashing good looks, but it was really because of my team saving my ass. And, well, see, when I landed in its mouth, I was able to hold it open just long enough, and they threw a grenade in that sumbitch and it blew it up from the inside.
That's cool. I finally like seem to kind of drop the like negative kind of expression.
Does this guy
there.
get to be our
Smile.
pilot since we have a new
Again.
permanent handler? Because I would like that, please.
We request
Our
the
personal pilot.
cool guy.
No, but
Do you ask that?
Amira will make a note to hire him later.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
If not provided, get the cool guy.
He continues on and he says, yeah, I thought it was cool too, and then we realized that was actually the baby, and Mama came out, and well, that was a whole nother story. So, see, we was out of grenades at that point, and I had lost. See, I wasn't always the ace pilot I was, and on the way in, I might have lost my weapon. So I did a lot of punching, but again, my friends are the ones who did most of the killing. I just, like I said, was the good looks of the party.
You're probably selling yourself short a bit. Sounds awesome.
It was pretty cool, but it just goes to show the machine just grinds you up. It's your job to stay
How long
alive.
have you both been doing this?
I've been doing it better half about 15 years, 20 years. I don't know. I lost count. I practically live in this machine, so I'm as old as it, I'm sure. And Manira says, roughly the same time, perhaps a little less. I wouldn't say I have the combat experience that he does, but, get along.
So can we ask then? Like, are you guys normally a duo here? Like, is this you send out in this craft and you're usually the pilot?
She says, well, yes, I would say that. Well, shoot, of course we are. We've been doing missions together since, I don't know, at least 5 years or so. We got paired up. It was one mission. We went up to what was it again? Where we go? She kind of puts her fingers to the brow, or to her brow, and she says, "It was Angel Silence Wood. We went to Angel Silence. That's right. We crash landed." Angel Silence. I'm telling you before, I'm a better pilot now. I just want to make that clear. But we crash landed in Angel Silence Wood, and we was transporting some of these kids around. But since we crashed, it was my responsibility to get them there to their location alive. So, well, you know how there's that burnt patch in Angel Silence Wood where there's no trees? Well, that was me. I kind of what do they call it? Scorched earth. I coined that term.
While they're explaining this thing, I do look at Melody because I kind of could tell she was also on the same vein as me there. Was wondering with those two. I don't feel like Imira probably gave it away, but Melody was on the same page as me, right?
Definitely.
That makes me happy. So we're just looking at each other and kind of doing a little smile, like, yeah, they're cute. Yeah, we share a look.
Yes, there were some, what was it, wraiths, banshees, something along those lines, and the students were sent to exterminate them from the wood, and well, I believe they did. Oh, they sure did. Hell of a walk back, though. See, Dramoda was none too happy that I broke yet another very expensive piece of machinery, and our punishment was walking all the way from the wood into Woodhurst. And we had to walk through the goddamn prudent forest, and there's monsters in there, too, and I didn't want to fight none. I told him we should swim and it just keeps on going and going.
Both ways in the
Yeah, this is probably our distraction while a lot of us are quietly processing what the fuck we just did today, and how quick everything happened despite how long in the lead up to everything. It was a lot. So we probably kind of enjoyed it.
How long would you say the battle was?
At least I do. The story time.
You guys were probably there for no more than 3 or so hours.
Yeah, that seems pretty quick.
Faster than our trip.
Yeah.
And home. So.
And the longer he talks, the more you find that he is completely unfazed by anything that just happened.
Yeah. I'm gonna just kind of set myself up against what my seat would be. Just kind of lean from staying on the ground, on the floor of it.
And as you guys are maybe about 10 minutes out, he says, "Yeah, and that's why I'll never ever fight a fire elemental without my pants again. But anyways, we're coming up on Dramoda, so everyone get ready."
Melody's gonna walk over to Amira and kind of sit down next to her, put an arm around her, and give a quick squeeze. And
she jumps.
Yeah, she knows. So she's being really gentle with it, but it's.
I've been waiting for this. I need this.
I don't know if you heard, but it's time. We're almost back.
Yes, I was listening.
You doing okay?
Yes.
Good. I know you took quite a beating out there.
We've been through worse.
Yeah. I'm glad we all made it out.
All right. As you guys share a last few words, the rotorcraft touches down. You seem to be the first ones here. You get the sense that Zeus is a very loose cannon pilot, and he was probably going much faster than everyone else. Complete disregard for fuel. You see, like, as you take a look and you see the fuel gauge is almost at E. You might assume that this is how one or two of the crashes have happened, but
that makes sense, and we will make a note that we will bring more fuel when we have him as our pilot, maybe, because then we can just refill.
Interesting.
Yeah. As you guys land, he says, all right, well, that was fun and all, but time to get along. I'm sure I'll see much more of y'all in the days to come. I gotta refuel this thing. We are, he kind of looks totally fine on fuel. I just like to top her off.
I give him a salute. As we kind of stand up and stuff, I'll give him a salute when he's looking back at us.
He gives you like a little 2-finger off the forehead salute, and
Yeah.
Manera just sighs and rubs her temple.
Thanks for getting us back safe.
Oh, anytime safe is my middle name.
I nod, but not quite assuredly, and I look at Manera like.
She says, yes, right next to imminent death. All right, everyone off.
and I'll make sure everybody else kind of goes and just like hang back enough to tell Manera another thank you for looking out for us.
The rotorcraft takes off, and it's loud for a second, but as he leaves, she says, of course, this is this is my job, and it would appear I've been assigned to you all. Of course, your team name, it can be whatever you like. The Diamond Team was given to you just so we were able to distinguish you, but you'll probably want to think of something that distinguishes you from the rest of everyone else. But you don't need to think about that now, just food for thought, you know?
Yeah, probably over drinks or something.
Right, yes. So please go get your drinks, get your food, get your rest. Tomorrow, the ball, and then after the ceremony. So if there's anything I can do, and she kind of looks at her wrist, she taps her echo bangle a few times. You have my contact information.
Great, that's permission, right?
It is.
Sweet.
In fact, if you look at your echo bangles, a new feature has been added, and you look and you see a tab that says Mission Handler, and there's another sub-tab that says Missions, and another tab that says Messages.
Oh, perfect. I'll navigate it quietly, vocally, since I'm not tapping it.
I send a smiley face to the group chat.
As everyone starts looking at their wrists and starts tapping away, I'm going to just sort of...
Excuse me. I should find my team.
and do a very like stiff formal
Does he have an echo
bow
bangle on?
and kind
Out
of
of curiosity,
back my
does he
way.
have an echo bangle on?
He does. Yes. And
He just ignored the thing. I'm like, wait.
Manera stops you, Icaros, and she says, Icaros, I did some work while we were on the rotorcraft, and I've personally reassigned you to this team. It seems that your other team was not as good of a fit for you.
I blink and look back.
I mean, I think we have a empty room now.
That does remind me. Sorry, I forgot to ask on the ride here. You said that someone took your friend and You don't know whether you can trust them. Who took them? Was it Tamlith, was it?
Yeah, Holy See.
The High Adjudicator.
Yeah.
High Adjudicator came for Tamlith. Did he say why?
There was a position open for Tamlith.
They needed him, apparently. I crossed my arm across my chest, like...
You don't seem to like that.
Us being down a guy, going into life or death situation, and not really having time to figure out if it was safe for him was a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, it was in the middle of like we were fighting people right around the next corner.
Yeah.
I see. Well, it is of no comfort, but I suppose the Primus works on his own time.
I just don't like leaving our team behind, even if we're told to.
Well, I hardly think that he was left behind. I mean, there's few safer places than with the High Adjudicator.
Of course. When I dip my head.
You need not keep up airs with me. I share no love for the Adjudicator. I just simply think that it means no harm currently.
I hope so. Felt a little off, is all. It was what he wanted to do, though, so... we encouraged him. And now we've got you. And I look over at Icaros like... I don't even think I've, like, officially met this guy, but we were too tired and he was focused on his own shit, so... we didn't really expect to continue with him, so it's like, alright. You know, we've got mysterious... lad.
Mysterious
Who did
lad.
get Amira also
soon as
safely on the bike, so, you know.
Amira's gonna look at Icarus, and then she's gonna text Nero. Hi, I lived. Please clean out Tamith's room.
As I step away, though, I'm also going to send a few messages to those that are like my first people of contact, like Vega and like Yoko and Doc Val, and just like, we're back. Are you okay? Are you okay to my friends, you know, that went too?
Okay.
Just to
For
see if we get anything back.
for you, Amira, there is a brief pause, and then you see a message with just a bunch of hearts from Nero,
Oh.
and then it'll be done.
She sends some hearts back. And then she says, I was hit in the head with a rock.
Oh no!
There is a little laughing emoji, and he says, "I've always said it would do you a little good."
I love their dynamic so
I
much.
would die for this man.
Please don't.
He would never let me.
The real dad
Yeah.
My real
energy.
dad, my butler.
Yeah. Aw.
For you, Ruan, there is no response from Vega. There is a response from Yoko. She says, "Us too. Glad to hear it. Have you heard from Vega?"
Just send her back a no, but tell me if you do.
Will do. And who was the third person you texted?
The doctor.
Ooh.
She was worried about me. I promised. I made a promise. This is just to keep her from farting in, maybe. I just said we made it
Kissy
back.
faces.
Hey girl.
You are.
It's just we made it back. That is it. Help! I'm being attacked.
You get a text back from her saying, "I am so glad to hear that you are okay. Come see me soon, when you are ready."
I just leave it on read.
The text-to-speech starts activating, and everyone here... No, I'm just kidding.
No, I can read. I'm not blind fully. I'm only like half blind, and that's like on a bad day. Like I'm doing okay.
You hear kissing face emoji, kissing face emoji, kissing face.
Oh my god.
No, I have to say that aloud to send it back, and I am not.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
I do have a
Can't believe you
question.
guys.
Yes, Melody.
She's gonna turn to Manira and she's gonna say, during the battle there was a dragoon that was there. I don't know if you know, he looked at me and it looked like he recognized me, but I've never met anybody like that. Do you know anything?
Well, there's not many dragoons, and there's less so Class V dragoons. If I had to guess, it sounds like that would be Nim.
Any idea why he might recognize me? I don't think I look that much like my brothers.
I have no idea. I mean, are you sure he wasn't just looking at you? I mean, well, what was the scenario? Did he gaze longingly into your eyes or something?
No, it looked like, you know, when you look at somebody and you can see in their eyes, there's like that recognition. It was almost like that.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you had a moment to breathe and stare into each other's eyes, but I don't know why.
Damn, girl.
It wasn't like that, but I don't know.
So what was happening?
Thank you, though. It was in the middle of the battle, and he stepped in to save us. I mean, multiple people were stepping in to save us, but he was the only one that seemed to recognize me, and it just kind of threw me off.
Well, if you see him around, I'm sure you can ask him.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably
Thank you.
Nim. If that's I don't know of another dragoon off the top of my head at that class.
Okay. Thank you for that information.
Right. Anyone else having relationship trouble they want to talk about, or?
That'll be when we get to know each other better. And I give her like a little wave.
She gives you a smile and she says, she puts her hands on her hips. Oh, all right. I'm going to go get a drink somewhere very dark and quiet. Goodbye.
Easy.
Is the pilot going with her?
He's been gone.
He's been gone for a while.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, right. That's right. I forgot. My bad.
It's okay. I kind of like gesture for us to go, and then I kind of fall back to Ikros to make sure that he comes along. Almost
Amira-
like afraid he's gonna run off on us and disappear.
Amira doesn't follow.
Okay, I'm not controlling her, so I look at her, you know, in like that. Okay, but you know, she got places to go. It's fine.
No, she's waiting there.
Gotcha.
Just in place while everyone walks away.
Yeah, I'm waiting
Okay.
to see if Vega comes back.
Oh.
Girl.
The rest of you are heading towards the dorms?
I just want to make sure that Ikros knows where to go. Was mainly why.
Okay.
I will follow tentatively.
I would say Melody would probably hang back with Amira just because, you know, she knows that sometimes things can get a little wacky.
And I look over my shoulder at them and kind of like give a wave. Text me if you see him, please.
She nods.
as you guys walk towards the dorms. Icaros, you look around and everything looks so alien to you, or primitive, different. It's hard to tell. But the longer you walk through these halls and you look at everything around you and you take in, the more you just understand. You find yourself knowing a history of this place that you shouldn't know, but now you do. You have an understanding of the students and the people. You know names you didn't know before. It's all coming to you. And you get a sense that this is coming from your book without ever having to reach it. Just it being on your person, it seems to be pushing information into your head.
Damn, I hit my head hard.
The more you see everything, you say, you know, things that you are not accustomed to, you now feel are second nature. When you see people hold up key cards or their echo bangles to doors, you know that that's just how people enter rooms. You know that people use their echo bangles to communicate. It just comes to you.
All right, so not saying anything still, just trying to walk along, but it's a little... There's just a very subtle change in Icaros's body language. He goes from very stiff and very... formal is the best way I can describe it. But his shoulders ease a little bit, and there's a little bit more purpose and confident in his steps as he's walking through the halls with you.
I'm not gonna make him run or like fast walk through this. I'm gonna stay pace with him. So I guess I would notice that probably if I'm kind of looking over at him, because I'm trying to gauge, is this guy like a safe person? Is this like a person that's like someone that we're gonna be able to trust, or is this gonna be just like this weird, like uncomfortable, we don't really know what to say to each other thing? Yeah, it's kind of like we're freaks, but is he like a freak that's gonna stick, you know, is he gonna match our freak? Like, you know what I mean?
Is this man gonna match our freak?
Yeah.
Make a insight check. Check for freak.
Is this man a freak? A 10.
It's called a vibe check, Charles.
No, this is a freak match.
I try to be normal, but it just doesn't work. To be fair, Ruan doesn't go out of his way to be weird, but...
Yeah, in fact, it kind of like... You kind of stand out as you start like intently staring at him. You get kind of lost in your own thought. He seems like a guy, just kind of like any of the other people who go here. Perhaps dressed a bit more eccentric than most, but not the craziest thing you've seen.
So I'll probably blink out of it.
Just as
zoning
you're,
for a
like,
second.
as you're blinking out, is my sleeve still torn?
No, it looks better. Sorry. Have you been here the last 4 years? Like, I don't mean to be, like, rude.
In your head, Icaros, you hear, yes.
Yes. We don't run in the same circles.
Yeah,
I'm
guess
sure.
Guess not. Well, please know we're nice, even if we're weird. Ymira might stare at you like a lot, and that's like a thing that she does. It's it's a thing that she does, but she's actually like really good at noticing things and very eccentric. And Melody, the one with glasses, she is wonderful, very sweet, and will surprise you. But in their roommates, Ymira and Melody, I guess. So we kind of knew a little bit about each other before we went into this, because we got assigned and all.
I apologize for intruding.
You're not.
Uh,
I promise.
nodding. I wasn't planning to be reassigned, but here we are. And I apologize. My name is Ikaros.
Nice to
We weren't-
actually meet you.
We weren't formally introduced.
Ruan. I'm the team leader. I don't know if that continues past this. I got assigned to be the team leader. I did not choose to do that. But yeah, I'm here for you, just like them too.
Thank you.
I just look at him again because I'm really fucking confused about who this is. Not like in a way that I'm trying to be rude, but yeah, I'm kind of staring a lot.
I mean, he's taller than you are.
Yeah.
And has really fucking long ass hair. And
Pretty.
appeared out of nowhere as far as you know.
And I'm a big old queer, so of course I'm staring at him too. Because of that. But it's fine. I don't like, I try not to like make him uncomfortable. And we'll head back to the dorm for the rest of the way.
Okay.
Unless he says anything, I'll give him some quiet.
You give him the uncomfortable stare for a while. It looks like
while.
you're learning from Amira.
He doesn't seem to be phased by it, to be fair.
And it's not like I'm like staring intently like Amira does. It's like a side glance ahead, side glance ahead, side glance, we'll look for a little longer ahead. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like I'm still like existing in the space and doing what I'm doing, but like I keep remembering he's there and what the fuck is on with him. What the fuck is up with that?
As you guys make your way there, Amira and Melody, is there anything you guys would like to discuss while you wait?
Amira is doing Sudokus.
I would say that Melody's going to send off a message to her brothers.
I'd say
Okay.
it's pretty quiet for a while, but eventually, as Amira finishes a Sudoku, she
Is it physical or is it digital?
physical. She's had it the whole time, actually. So, you know,
I just had to.
taking
I had to
important
question
stuff
it.
on missions.
Right.
She looks up from her Sudoku and she says, "Do you think those kids are dead?"
I don't think so. I think that I think it was their grandma. I think she was able to get them out and get them to safety.
I do not think Watcher's Garden was the only target.
Yeah. I don't know, the whole thing seemed pretty odd once we were in it.
I do not know what the point of us being there was.
I don't either. And I mean, we blew up the communications tower, but at the rate the city was going, it seemed like that was going to be, like, it was going to happen anyway.
Amira starts doing another Sudoku.
Okay. Did you? What did you send to your brothers? Melody?
She's gonna say, you know, hi, exclamation point. So I passed, which is awesome, but also, do you guys know somebody by the name of Nim?
The first response you get is, "Ha! You owe me $100." The other one says, "Oh, damn it! Does this mean I can't have your stuff?" They completely ignore your question.
Brothers.
She's gonna say, whose stuff? My stuff?
They both reply, "Yes."
Neither of you are getting my stuff anyway.
I
What?
love her. She's great.
Marco says ... Miles says, fine. What is this about Nim?
Do you know somebody by that name?
Marco in all caps. Nim is so cool. I wanted to be like him since I was your age. Miles says, yeah, we've heard of him.
Good God.
Have you guys met him?
Marco says, oh, maybe one glorious day I'll be able to be in the same room as him. Miles says, no.
Weird. So I may have had like a second where I kind of got to meet him, and it kind of looked like he recognized me, which was why I thought maybe you guys knew him.
Marco says, you knew Nim this whole time and you didn't tell me? He sends a voice message. Just kidding, that's not a feature, but Miles says, you don't know Nim.
Oh, wait. You don't... Who doesn't know?
You.
I said that I just met him for a second. I didn't say I knew him.
They don't respond.
You guys are a bunch of meanies.
They both send you middle finger emojis.
Fucking got him.
Fucking siblings.
Are you guys hiding something from me?
Miles says, what the fuck are you talking about?
You guys are being weird.
Marco is always weird. Hey!
Kind of true.
They now kind of going back and forth arguing at each other.
She's just gonna stop messaging when they get like this. It's there's no point in continuing the conversation.
All you hear is on your echo bangle back and forth.
Amira looks at her.
Be glad you don't have brothers.
She goes back to your Sudoku.
After a few more moments, you see the rest of the rotorcraft begin to touch down. There are Vena of all of the teams seem to have made it. There might be one or two missing. You didn't take exactly a head count of all of the Vena there. And for a moment, it looks like you don't see Vega at all. And then you hear, God damn it, it is cramped in those things. I hate that. And you look over and you see Vega. He looks battered, bruised, cut / stabbed. But he looks to be in good spirits.
Amira claps her hands. Oh, good, the hot dog man lived.
And he sees both of you and says, hey! And he puts both of his arms up in the air. Oh! Hey!
Melody's gonna shoot off a message to Ruan. He's okay. That's all she's gonna say before turning back to what's happening in front of
You
her.
get an immediate TY.
Yeah. He walks towards you both and he says, yeah. And he reaches behind him, and like from where from like the seat of his pants, he grabs and you hear a crinkle like and he,
Oh no.
you see a broken echo bangle. He says, yeah, I sat on it.
How did you do this?
Is
So
this,
fucking stupid.
that's
Okay, so listen, I know we're supposed to wear it like pretty tightly, like that's how they teach us, but it got really itchy so while I was fighting, so I loosened it a little bit and it fell off, and I was like, okay, that's fine, I don't even need it. So I keep fighting, and then this really, really big motherfucker pushes me down, and well, I sat on it, and so I cut his head off, but I couldn't fix my echo bangle. I couldn't unsit on it.
Do you need a new one?
Yeah, gotta ask the school. They're gonna be mad at me.
Please, She sends a message.
Please, Chimera, like, man, who do you think owns this place?
We don't have to get this paperwork done. I'll just get you covered.
Do you know how many halls are named after my family? Come on.
Oh, that kind of makes sense. I mean, there's Heart Hall and there's Heart Auditorium and there's... I never put that together.
Well, I only stayed here
Well-
to make sure that you were alive. Goodbye. She leaves.
Bye.
I love her.
Wait, do you want a hot dog? I think I still have one.
You deserve a treat.
You're so right. And he starts eating one.
Oh.
God.
Well,
Like an
faster.
8-hour-old hot dog in his pocket.
That's like a fucking sweaty hot dog.
It absolutely is.
Also
It's like
squish.
covered in dirt and shit. 'cause he's felt
It's like
dirt
squished,
multiple times.
almost a pancake level squish.
Oh, gross.
no.
I'm not loving how much hot dogs keep coming up in my D&D games.
Melody's gonna smile and say, we're glad you're okay. I'm sure we'll see you later tonight at the dorm room.
Oh,
But I should
absolutely. I'm
probably
not
catch
staying
up.
with those fucking losers. All they wanted to do was talk about their stupid little game. I don't know what I spent the whole time. Don't tell Ruan. I spent the whole time reading.
You did?
Okay, listen, this book, this Convergence of whatever, I don't remember the title. It's pretty cool. They just started talking to some vampires, and I mean, I've never
my
seen a
gosh.
vampire in real life before.
Oh my god, who's your favorite character?
Yes, I love that. I've read that book.
Tell us now. There's only one true answer.
It's pretty cool, but then there's this one guy. He takes himself way too fucking seriously. I can't stand him.
Oh my gosh, it gets so much better. Do you still have the book, or do you want to borrow my copy?
Oh no, I got the book, and he reaches in the same pocket he grabbed the hot dog out of, and he kind of
no.
dusts it off. He says, "Oh, I got some ketchup on it. It's fine."
You see her face like almost go into like horror.
It's fine. They're mass-produced paperbacks.
I'm actually really
I
happy
mean-
to hear that he was reading. But don't tell his friend, because, like, wow. Can't let him know.
Well, if you ever want to talk about the book, I've read that one probably like 5 times or more at this point.
You read the whole thing, and it's like it's like a fucking dictionary.
Oh yeah, I've read the whole thing 5 times.
Oh, okay. Does it get like cooler?
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. It's so cool.
Okay, well, I'll keep reading it. Maybe, and he kind of starts peeking into the middle.
You gotta read it from like, you can't just skip ahead.
Okay, fine. I just, I don't know much about vampires. I know more about other monsters. So I hope they just kill these guys quickly.
reading. Just
Oh my god.
Just keep reading it. Just I promise
You
you,
have no idea.
you're gonna enjoy it.
Fine. And he goes and he walks away promptly.
She's gonna turn and like run to catch up to Amira.
Not that it's important, but is there anyone else notable coming back?
I was just about to mention, as you guys are walking, you hear very angry yelling. This is bullshit. I had him in my hands. I could have fucking killed him. And you know what? They denied me. And you hear two other people kind of catching up to him. He says, I know, listen, I know. You could have killed him. We all could have killed him, but we were going to die there. He says, you do not know what I am capable of. I could have cut off its head myself. Instead they call a full retreat. For what? Because there's explosions? Ugh. And he's like holding his weapons in his hand. You turn around and it is Nithara.
Not fortunate enough today that Nathara does not return.
Amira says to Melody, that's a shame. Ruhan will be unhappy about that one.
Yeah, maybe we just don't tell him till tomorrow.
Do you think it is too late to send him back?
I mean, you might be able to persuade him.
Yeah, you can go back and kill the hydra. Go for it.
He does seem to
a very
be,
big award for that.
in his anger, he just kind of passes by both of you, doesn't even bother with a comment.
Oh, baby. He can vent to me later.
He'll vent to us whether we want him to or not.
All right. Amira's okay to go back to the dorms now.
Okay. You.
Meanwhile, I've been like showing Ikros the rooms and like explaining how we're all split and making sure that his echo bangle can let him into the room. All the, you know, I'm like his RA right now.
He's just letting you too.
Yeah, he better. I would be sad if I started doing my deal and he was just like, nope, and walked away.
Bye.
You guys all eventually converge in the dorms. And as you do, we're going to end tonight's session there.
And so, another card has been drawn from the deck of many tales. Thanks for sticking with us through the twists, turns, and moments only the dice could foresee. We couldn't do this without you. If you're enjoying the story, don't forget to join our community on Discord, check out bonus content and updates on our website, and follow us on our socials to keep the adventure going between episodes. Your support keeps the magic alive. Until next time, may your dice be kind,